As things stand, we have just 30 sitting days of Parliament until we are due to exit the European Union. There is no consensus across the House of Commons, and there is an urgent need for leadership. We have seen the worst parliamentary defeat of any government, but the Prime Minister insists on pursuing a dud deal that cannot command the majority support of MPs in the House of Commons. Last week, I, along with many other MPs, voted no confidence in Theresa May's government, but there weren't enough votes to trigger a general election. Regrettably, the Labour leadership won't commit to an achievable policy. And yet we know that the majority of Labour voters, supporters and members want a final say on any Brexit deal. And yet at a time when Labour should be championing a people's vote, the leadership avoids answering that call. Because the Labour leadership and front bench won't back a people's vote, there will not be a vote on the cross-party People's Vote Amendment next week. This is not good enough. Labour should be clearly setting out a different course, not facilitating a job-destroying Brexit. There are millions of young people in our country that supported the Labour Party at the last general election. Over 2 million of them were under the age of 18 in 2016. They would today now have a vote. And so many of whom I speak to cannot understand why Labour is standing in the way of the younger generation having a say on this, the most pressing issue facing our country since the Second World War, which will affect their futures far more than any of ours. On all sides, we see a lot of effort going on into trying to extend the Brexit process, but with little commitment to any alternative about what the end should be. And this is where the Labour leadership has a really critical role to play. The clock is ticking. And at this late stage, I appeal to Jeremy Corbyn to do the right thing by the majority of our voters, our supporters and members, and back a people's vote. The time for action really is now.